Ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, and furs, Trashkin, all. Good evening and welcome to Trash Here Gaming. I'm your humble host, Rasp with Trash Fair, and we're going to keep things rolling along on the Halloween special with The Last Door. Now, quick little update. Just what's going on at the old homestead. So, the trash heaps problems went from, well, it should be a rough couple of months to it was a rough year to it's going to be rough into next year for extended shifts. So, this is probably the last huge project I do for a while. And I'm going to have to down-tune the output of episodes for a while moving forward, just to make sure I'm at a sustainable level. I kind of knew the job might eat me at some point, and it's trying to. And I'm putting up a fight, but I am just a raccoon after all. So here's what that looks like. In short. Mondays will basically only be happening when I have a run finished, or recorded, edited, thumbnailed, and ready to go. So those will most likely trail off in January. My apologies, but something had to be asked. You know, I wasn't willing to give up horror samplers or the Wild Hearts run in its entirety or indefinitely. So November, I'm probably going to get a few more episodes of weird and unfortunate things are happening out the door. Horror samplers, and this one stings the most, are going to monthly releases because I just don't have the kind of time I used to dig through each. So we're going to go to monthly, try to keep the quality up, and stave off burnout. And, you know, take a more casual pace through them. I'm hoping that'll make it easier to keep up with, and come December, we'll be back to Wild Arms free. We're going to finish up the main storyline there. I'm going to start a new game plus, and while I'm grinding that out for the side contents and punching Ragula in the face, as is tradition, we'll get some Wild Arms Alter Code F going. Just to keep everything satiated and to make sure I don't scorch out. But yeah, those are the bigs and the longs of it. So let's get back to the spoops. So we've got the last episode. Previously on The Last Door. After escaping from his burial, Divot finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum, the Old Nickel Rookery. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. Divot walks through the misty streets, following the strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of the Simurgh, the king of birds. I did. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, Divot meets Alexandre, a member of the secret group Divot and his friends had at school. Alexandre welcomes Divot and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since they experimented, or the experiment they conducted back then. It's intro time. There is no turning back. I have made my mind. I'm ready. Go on. Do it. Do it. Got some King in Yellow vibes going on here. Do it! Yeah, I'm picking up some real big Carcosan vibes here. Which is weird, because that's one of the arcs in one of my favorite actual plays, is a Dealing with the King in Yellow in Carcosa. Not winning, mind you. You can't win. You survive. This really is some gorgeous pixel art. I say that every time, but I can't get over it. Like, the original demo for this, and I didn't misremember, I played back on Newgrounds. On Flash. Now, like, I am so glad Ripple exists. Oh. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by our human eyes in long distant eras. Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. Even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theater, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place of it, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it and we will walk together beyond the mist. Yikes. I suppose you're wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I have been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there, I'm afraid. He is one of the victims. Dear God. I'm telling my patient is murdered? What's DeWitt doing there? What is the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with most terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression Herr DeWitt was attacked but survived. What was DeWitt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Breechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr DeWitt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to this friend's death. What happened to him then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr DeWitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to DeWitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr DeWitt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. I suspect you did not find Mr. DeWitt in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. See, what conclusions do you draw from all these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found besides Herr de Witt within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. Dun dun dun. So we were dosed. Likely with the same compound during Ancient Shadows, episode 4. Oh, that's right. We got all the side content to do after this, too. I don't know in what order it's suggested, but I'm sure this is place. Alexandre's house must be just ahead. Awful dark out here. Got me wishing for a lamp. A large iron bar. I'll give it a go. It's quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. Or is it? We'll be back when we find a light source. It may have taken all day, but I finally made it to Alexandre's house. Just in time. Soon it'll be pitch black. Lakido. Alright. Avon calling. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. Voltec calling. No? Nothing? Ollie oxen free. This is familiar. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. A silhouette of a man bears a strong resemblance to Alexander. A silhouette of a woman bears no resemblance to Alexander. Alexander! Alexander, it's me, DeWitt. I'm sorry I startled you. Is everything alright? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt? Can you stand? He's staring blankly at some distant point as if he has not heard my question at all. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in the house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he's unresponsive. You told me I should come here. I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what happened here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. Alexander, please say something. I don't know what to do. I just don't understand. I don't understand. What happened to him? I've tried looking where he is looking. Misty dock overlooks a great ocean. Gulls wheel overhead. Cuckoo clock covered with dust seems to be missing an important piece. The bird. Like the face has been turned. It's a scribbled annotation on a piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being. Incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through it. It is Zahil, the curtain. Zalit fell, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist inhabit the shadows of those who left. The table holds nothing but a box with the description, laudanum to be taken in case of anxiety. It is empty. Well, that's not good news. That stuff will kill you. Slowly. But kill all the same. A huge chest made of oak wood. There's a large iron hook inside. I'll take this hook. There's a fragment of diary under the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it's not possible. But I can hear the crunches, the flapping of wings, stone grinding on stone. The frozen paroxysms. What diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal moment, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors, in the greenhouse. Let the mold devour them and wasps make the nest of their hollow hearts. Spiteful. It's a large iron hook. Not to be confused with the small and extra large iron hooks. A portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with his stern glare. Yeah, too late for him. Blood. Looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover used to mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. Camera tripod. Pictures hang on from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. Unless you need a red filter to see. An image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. A jar containing a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide, which is used in photo development. Older photo development. It's a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles were underlined. Collidone for photography. Collidone is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article, to which great value is attached. Some supposing that it is particular composition. Some supposing that to its particular composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only a degree true. To develop a positive image, this is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess chemicals. Developer, fixative, stop. Yeah, it's got a lot of names. Causes of failure. They would almost require a chapter by themselves. A long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formula, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. The instrument is working or beyond my knowledge. That would be the lamp. Oh, okay. So that makes the lamp safe for photo development. The lamp is hanging from the ceiling. A bulb casts an intense white light. Yeah, until we have a replacement for that red lamp, we couldn't make forward progress if we wanted here. Jason with a copper drain. Waterworks. Hello. It's a letter. Dear Alexander, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulae. There is no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would have never visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany. A radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write you immediately. Believe, fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Veritnis quisquet. June 8th, 1887. Picture of an angel with a gentle face. The shelf is lined with books. Some include The Movement of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. A bust with a face turned around. Oh, what's going on down there then? Large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled the warning, do not open while under white light. We'll keep that. That is no doubt undeveloped photographic plate. Oh, what's that then? Seems an invoice. May this document serve as record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. Cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. So it is not just a cuckoo clock, it is a master timepiece. Okay, so master clocks, sync clocks, etc. Their job is to keep the time for your entire building because it is far, far, far easier to keep a single mechanical clock in time than it is to keep a building or a city's worth. One particularly famous master clock system, if I recall correctly, was actually in place in Paris, and it ran pneumatically on air pressure. So they'd use compressed air and a single master clock to keep every clock on the city streets in time. But apparently there was once a flood, and they had to completely rejig the system, bleed all the lines, and fire it back up to get the lines to work again because there were so many obstructions. Every clock in the town was showing a different time because they were getting a different amount of pressure because of the bleed in the line, or the blockages in the line, and the varying pressure that resulted, if I remember correctly. You know what? Let me snake a time for that, because that's going to bug me all day if I don't. Okay, it looks like 1910 was when the pneumatic clocks of Paris during a flood were rendered unreliable. Apparently, they were also used to keep time in municipal buildings, and it's a very handy thing to have a single centralized clock at a time when most needed to be wound. Though it appears the system only lasted until 1927, when it became unprofitable to maintain, apparently. Ooh, what we got here? It could be Pembacy Castle, but in this painting, the garrison is not in ruins. Oh, maybe that's a hint. Couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. Someone else was here. Oh, we got nothing there. But what about here? Old bottles. Not a lamp. Terrific. Oh, wait. Yay! Yoink that oil lamp. Hello. Trying to hide in the corner, are we, Notes? His diary. This is the last thing written. The last page has been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since... I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupree has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which it seems he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? October 13th. The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupree is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. Looks like the diary of a member of Alexandre's house. Alexandre's house. What happened to them? Pantry with spices and ingredients. Hello. Let's unlock that. Ancient stone well. Rope hangs to the side, disappearing into the darkness below. The rope has broken. I'll keep this end. Well, I mean, I got a hook on a rope. Hey! What we got down there? A bucket. Within the mud and dirt of the bucket, there was a small bird of brass. Well, that was a lucky guess on my part. Hello. What? It looks like someone was buried here. I can't dig with my bare hands. Well, I got a light source now, so... This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside. Statue of an angel with its wings spread. Its head is missing. Statue of an angel. It's covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. Hello. Jar of vitriol. Must be careful. It's a powerful acid. Check up in mold. Was that not there before? Oh well. It's 2013 before or after the Weeping Angel episodes, I wonder. Hold on. You know what? No, the last time I went wiki walking while playing, the Steam Deck suddenly decided it didn't care to do its thing. I can't tell if it was the update or the plugin was corrupted, but it just didn't care to. So... let's try the barb. robust bird. When shaken, it makes a noise as if there was something inside. The bird fits perfectly. The face of the clock has been turned. Well, if I was supposed to do that or not, I have no idea. Just took a wild guess. Let's take a look here. Nerve-wracking about that. Okay, so I can get rid of the lamp. Hold on, let me examine that lamp. Dim and dingy lamp. You know, is that safe enough to work? Photography, though. Well, una momento, Trashkin, while I consult the guide. I see the lamp is not enough. Which reminds me, I should grab that cyanide. Now, this would be a dead end for me if it were not for the kind hint of the guide. I hadn't exhausted everything yet. I would eventually work my way there, but for the sake of expediency, I consulted it, and it was the right time, because this is some moon logic. Now, with the lantern in hand, and headed back towards where we... Oh, dear. Literally. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. And there's our red light. The bulb is now grossly covered in blood. In most other games, I would accuse this of being moon logic, but... I must admit, it fits the theming. All right. So we have the red lamp. We have the developer. Vitriol. The cyanide. So if I remember right, it goes vitriol, cyanide, mush. It's about to get weird in here. Wait, wrong room. No, right room. There we are. There we are. Wood red lamp. And we are now safe to do photography. Well, this causes a strong acidic reaction. I've applied the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. There we are. An image is appearing on the plate. It's a photograph of Anthony and Alexandre. Whoa, what? Oop. The light bulb has exploded. So what were you doing out? The image is back in the frame. Well, I haven't a clue. Yeah, that... I still have cyanide and vitriol in my pocket. Somehow I knew I was due for a jump scare there. So, Alexandre. Alexandre, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Anthony, and there is someone else blurred in the background. Who's the third figure? Does he mean something to you? Huh? The bird awaits. The bird awaits. Ah. Well, there's some life in him yet. Your breathing seems to be lacking air. Oh. Must be something to do with this clock hand. Oh, wait. Ah, I never looked at you. It's locked. I need a key to open it. Or a clock. Oh, wait. No, I just need a different clock. Okay. Like, maybe I use this to jimmy the lock. Which, having opened a couple of locks... Oh, I completely zipped by you, didn't I? Well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. Okay, terrific. That's where that belongs, then. I put the clock hand in place. I only need to set the clock to the correct time. It's set sideways. 11:15. 11:15, 11:15. Oh, we're gonna do it the hard way? Alright, let's do it the hard way. Dang it. Okay. Hold on. What if I got it backwards? Hey! There we go. Zattenfall! Zattenfall! The bird has burst out at the stroke. Now its beak is open. There's a key inside the burb. Describe the key to me. It's a small key. Well, we seem to need a key, so... Don't need to be brilliant to work that one out. Whoa! Game! Do you have a quota you're trying to meet? Come on now. Also, who locks birds in their basements? A dusty carpet of Asian origin. Reminds me, how's our sound balance doing? Doing just fine. Okay. Mold and dust cover the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. A piece of furniture that has several drawers. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's an artist's cabinet. I don't think that's the technical. Or maybe a drafter's cabinet. There are this varietal of cabinet which does not have sides to the drawers. It's essentially a tray that you pull out. There are none to the side, so you can easily lift the larger pieces of work out of them. They're quite handy if you do a lot of work on large pieces. There are remains of a Roman mosaic behind this wall. I can't distinguish anything clearly. An ancient statue. Ancient statue's in poor condition. Just a whole ass Roman rune in the basement. Oh god. Okay, so famously there were some Roman runes in this tale. If I recall correctly, the rats in the walls, and of course, as they excavated, they found older runes. But yeah, just in the what the? A book written in a language unknown to me. There's a scrawled annotation written in English in one of the margins. This and no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at that time to accompany the mind to the I'm gonna have to look up the pronunciation of that. Uno momento, Trashkin. Ah, there we are. The proscenum. I probably could have stumbled through that, but I didn't feel real confident there. Refers to the arch over the stage. Not an uncommon sight in my neck of the woods because, like, we got a lot of or as we call them, bandstands or shells for public performances hither and thither. Sadly, not as well used as they could be. The proscenium with the big figure, or the big theater, and there, help us to look behind the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just what, or just that. Oh, allow us to raise the curtain enough to okay, that's a new one to me. Oh, Poe. African bird. Quite colorful. Oh, the bird. Ah, you're trying to throw me for a loop game. They're quite striking. They're striped. Striped wings. Are they a psychopomp, though? To raise the curtains enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? Well, I dare say Alexandre did, in fact. A huge cage full of leftovers, dirt. Animals have been captive here. I hope animals have been captive here. It's also people-sized. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. A bunch of dust-covered beakers with repulsive liquids. A few of them have developed fungi inside. Ah, you matter. There's something behind you. Unlabeled bottles and lab equipment. see anything useful in here per se. Maybe there's a shovel down here? Something. We had a strange urge to dig up a grave for some reason. Got the key. We opened the cellar. Oh, I can examine that frog. There's a gardener's shovel. A small gardening shovel. Well, let's hope it's a shallow grave, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately we have this shovel. Oh, that is a tiny thing. That is almost an entrenching tool. Why do we have... It's locked. Acid. Yeah. Remains of a humanoid body with grotesque animal aspect. Maybe a small ape. It has a collar. Signs. Engraved words on it. Old Mike. Besides the corpse, there's the leaf of paper. Dear Alexandre. Undoubtedly, your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? Speed. At least speed or ease. Yeah, I've never actually looked up the full. Alacrity came up as an ability for archetypes in the Orpheus Protocol. Brisk and cheerful readiness. Oh! Wow. That is not what I expected. On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. You had me open an alchemist's grave with acid. Somebody's got a sense of humor. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that, for a time, Raymundus Lully sought the same thing as we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls hopo. Yes, like the legendary bird. But there are, in fact, existing hopo. There's a legendary version? Got this right. Hopo is the leader of the birds in the Persian book of poems, The Confidence of Birds. Okay, well, I think that's the most I'm going to dig up with good old Google. It closely resembles the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Vitni Quisiet, July 2nd, 1887. The skeletal figures of the creature are clutching a piece of rolled up canvas. It's a map of the stars. Well, at least cover the poor thing. You madman. Alright, fine. I guess I gotta leave the grave open. let's see. Fuse the vitriol. Hold on. Hey, Deneb, Vega, Altir. Vega, I know. Deneb and Altir are news to me. Some kind of map, several constellations are marked. My god, that sounds like Alexandre. Is the bird? Does the bird come for the word? Alexandre. Alexandre. Oh. What? Some pages... Sorry, pages in the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone had stripped the book hastily. October 31st. All Hallows Eve. 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember when all the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get to sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and I saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision. I hadn't believed it possible, for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat, and I snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexandre snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made my decision. I'll leave this house.
Nevermore.
Ah! Raven quoting poetry at me. There's a statue holding something. It's a lens mounted to a metal ring. Hold on, can we... There's some strange symbols marked on the surface. I doubt I'd use it here, but I mean, maybe. How's it going, crows? Ravens. Nope, no luck there. This may be a lot of trial and error here. Hold on. Oh, August 15th. I almost missed that. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures. I feel them stuck in darkness. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. We read that. Okay, good to know. Don't want to miss any notes. Might be a hint somewhere in there. Yeah, technically that's 2 screens. It's slower to come this way, but... Then again... Can I even see the stars up here? I didn't mean to drop in on you, old Mike. My apologies. Nope. Nope. Okay, but why does it gain a yellow outline there? Oh, it's usable context. Okay. The bare branches of the trees stretching to the sky break the night into 1,000 pieces. Well, I am glad to have that descriptor, but that doesn't really help us. What? What was that? I guess this is as good as mine, buddy. Hold on. Look there. Somebody hiding in the back lab? Somebody doing some alchemy down? There's a hole in the center of this room. It delves into the depths of the earth, far beyond what I can see. There's a mountain of compacted snow. Why is there snow down here? Hello. A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no knob or lock, just some strange symbols. Position. The crystal fits perfectly into the telescope. Well, that doesn't really help me now, does it? Alright. That I recognize as Pisces. The rest, however... It's not the triangle. Oh, they want me to do the summer triangle. Okay. Okay. Let me pull that up. Because this is not obvious staring at it and I didn't take any notes. I should have taken a snapshot, but I didn't think they'd lock me in. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. I don't know what constellations those are involved in. And I don't recognize half the symbols. Like, I recognize Pisces, that's it. I never heard of the Sun Triangle. Oh, okay, I see here. Let me pull a little information. Alright, Star Anthos Aquila. I have never heard of the Aquila constellation. I might be the wrong place in the world to view it, or it might not have navigational purposes that I know of, because I was only ever taught to find the North Star. Oh, wait. Hold on. 12th brightest star in the sky. It's here, Arabic for flying eagle. Yeah, I never got that one. I got Orion's belt and Canis and Ursa Minor and Major, but yeah. Altair was not a part. Altair and Aquila were not a part of my my nighttime watching. Cygnus. Cygnus I know, but I never learned of. It's apparently the brightest star in Cygnus. So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that Vegas is the brightest star. It's the brightest star in the northern constellation of Lyra. Lyra, I don't think I ever heard of. No, I haven't. Okay. Let me... Okay, that's Lyra-ish. Be the brightest of. Roughly even with. Somewhere around about here. Hey! There we go. That is not one I recommend brute forcing through. Boy howdy, I am deeply fortunate to have taken notes on that one. Correct. This is a summer triangle. And what? Oh, okay, match the symbols. Okay, and the triple line. There it is. There's a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remain. A voice comes from the bottom of the pit again. Alexandre. Do I syringe him? I mean, if it's him or me, I'm syringing him. Alexandre. Alexandre. I have surgical instruments, some jars, some chemicals in them. I don't want to go anywhere, game. Just... Well, I guess this is it. Okay, Alexander. Here's that syringe. Alexandre, is this what you asked me to search for? Is it not, Alexandre? Am I right? Last door. Zalinfel. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I'm waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of wings. It knows we are afraid. I am ready. Sit down. This feels like a bad ending. Here you go, buddy. Oh, just... Yep. That's not a good sign. Don't remember anybody with an umbrella, though. Besides us. Do you think what we will find, or that we will find any clue here about DeWitt's whereabouts? The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully, they have overlooked something. I've got to do the accent again. What about this room? There is a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herr Breechworth never sent it. I think it's best that you read it. Dearest Alexandre, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way, an open way, for whatever lives on the other side. Verit ni quisquiet. The last door. Oh, it's not bad, but that last chapter feels... Oh, hello. We're in the mist now. The bird's coming for us. I know it. How's it going there, Alexander joined the cult. Oh. The Veil. If you think I got everything here, the adventure continues in Season 2. Well, I said we'd do the extras, but... yeah, we may as well. Okay, Trashkin, so if you want to experience the extras for yourself, now's the time to bail. You sure? You certain? Okay, I'm not... pretty sure we're not going to get anything extra, but... or, excuse me, we're not going to get anything earth-shattering. The morgue. Here I have the police and medical records. The letter is still blank. According to police, the deceased name is Father Ernest Glynn. The man immolated himself. Scissors, pincers, scalpel. Must be something wrong with the water pressure valve. Anatomical model built of actual human bones. Alright. We'll see if the police report is right. Yep. Good lord, what a mess. The skin is scorched. Cause of death is probably shock caused by the sudden burns. A horrible way of passing. What could lead a man of God to commit such an act? All that remains is to file the medical report so he can receive the proper treatment a fine gentleman deserves. Nothing else to do here. I should fill out the medical report. This case puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. Why incision, please? Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open and check its contents. Scissors? I need a sharper blade. Pincers. Alright, fine, scalpel. You're no fun. What is this? There's something strange here. It looks like a piece of paper. There's something to keep the stomach open while I do that. Scissors? The pincers? It's a note. Ernst Glenn. Jeremiah DeWitt. Alexandre D. Hugo. Ash. Hugo was first of them. Beach isn't even on the list. What happened to Hugo? Crumpled note with 4 names. One of them crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. So that tells a little bit of death sentence. Francis Baldwin. After being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. Oh, Baldwin. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? Oh, God. You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded. I saved them. I released them. Now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad? Yep. Pretty much. Well, we know what became of Baldwin. I was expecting prison, but I forgot what era it was. I thought they might want to bring him back for an antagonist. Alright. Wandering the fog. She is the only survivor. What happened to the others? They're all dead. I would like to talk to her. Is our erstwhile companions? The red text is usually... She has spoken only nonsense since she woke up. There's no doubt this is a Catholic monastery. A number of remedies in china and glass jars. Miss Parnell is staring meditatively at a small plant. Good afternoon. My name is Johann Kaufmann. I am a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Strange, these lines are usually in red. That changed just then. Please be careful with what you ask Miss Parnell's. Miss Parnell's state is delicate. I am perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thanks for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story. I would be thankful to hear it indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. I am a sane woman, doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly won't. I certainly wouldn't. But I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls by raising my elbows. This was after the attack? This was after you were attacked. No, I think quite some time had passed since that. I can barely remember anything well that. When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Were your parents there? Did you see anyone there? Your parents, or maybe someone you know? No, they were not in the house. Nor was any servant. I had known in the years of my childhood I was alone. I could feel the humid air on my skin. I could smell the scent of the long time abandoned. I walked the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had the bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Who was she? An old woman. How should I know? I hadn't seen her before. I followed her out through the back alley and into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have been just shadows. Where was everybody? Did nobody walk the streets? Was everybody then? Where was everybody then? I don't know. But I haven't said there was nobody. I met some people, vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember a novelist and a boy too. Tell me of the novelist. The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know? She could tell stories, sentence by sentence, with perfect precision, and I could even hear a piece of her last work. What was the piece about? Do you remember anything about the novelist's work? Yes, the piece she told me was something like, the shadow of the past soon melted within the land that loves silence. Through the fog they walked, found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their god, they set camp on the beach, where 30 birds awaited to meet their crowned. Tell me about the priest. The priest, where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good Lord, he said mass there among the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? So the boy, what about him? I came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, its bones still harnessed to the cart. There was a young man petting the carcass of the animal. Did you talk to him? Could you talk to the young man? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did it with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. What happened then? As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around me. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say a thing, but gave me a cardboard card. Then she left. She gave you a playing card? It was one of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out, and I could finally see. What could you see? A barren land, bathed by roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else. What was it? It was an eye! It was there. It looked at me, the burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream, that vision that I cannot understand. What is it, Doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? I believe your story. I believe you. I'm sure that what you lived was real. But I am afraid that I currently lack any proof that can confirm your account. I am sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time. It looks like a tarot card. What? The Veiled Lamp Bearer. That was fascinating. Beach earthquake. He doesn't look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him. Busy as he was traveling the world. What would be of man with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I'm grateful that he brought you to our home. Soon enough, not long after you were born, I hold No doubt that you will learn from his bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman. What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? Why did you do this? There is not else to interact with. We will speak later, young man. We're busy. This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was stubborn as a mule when he had taken a determination. He believed he had a mission in this world, though I am not sure he knew exactly what it was. That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with a reason to exist. This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. That sounds cheery. You're the young Beechworth? Is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accounts, and all his belongings, for you to receive when you come of age. He was very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly. His personal book log. Anthony's father before him. These are the memoirs of my life, my research, and my knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son. Beechworth was how they made so much progress so quickly. Oh, God. Hold on. We spoke to him, but not the priest, so... Does the priest have anything to say, or does he beg off? I wonder. I am deeply curious now. There's your voice description. This is a most sorrowful day. Mr. Beechworth was a great man, lad. That's it. That's all he had to say. I just wanted to know if there was a B ending. So Beechworth's father had done work beforehand. Alexandre and the bunch were able to make use of it. That's how this mess started, which begs the question, how did the Beechworth family come to be this problem? Oh, complete all mini-sodes? Okay, cool. Discovered my first secrets. Didn't master the occult. Better serve silent. Oh, that was an option to in the bird before I put it in the dish. Secret from the past. Trip by fold all 5 cards. Grumble, grumble. Fail to escape your destiny. Oh, if I tried to Amscray, the angels would have jumped me. I see. Or blocked my path. Okay, well, that's handy. That one was kind of obvious. Now, I've left the mysteries largely unexplored. It's like, my approach was, if I found them, I found them. If not, then not. I'll not be doing a completionist playthrough for that. Those are yours to find on your own. As, I like to leave a little something for you to play through for yourself. But tomorrow, Trashkin, we will be finishing up Halloween. Well, the spoofs proper, and doing The Last Door Season 2 in one sitting. Is this deeply ill-advised? Very much so. Will I be doing it anyway? Yes. So, I'll see you tomorrow at noon. If you enjoyed your time here, hey, you can always help us out with a subscription and enjoy the Trashkin around the trash fire. If you'd like an extra reminder when something's up, hey, that's what the bell icon's for. But if you'd rather hang out when you care to, that's fine too. If you're already subscribed and still feel inclined to help us out, likes and dislikes burn equally in the algorithm and the trash fire. Comments are always deeply appreciated because feedback's something I don't get a whole lot of on YouTube. They keep throwing numbers at me and expect me to understand what they mean, which I'm a humble raccoon, not a mathematist. And of course, shares help us out tremendously. A timely link or a word of mouth to friend, or even just an appropriate post elsewhere, helps us out incredibly. So if it's somebody you think enjoyed or the appropriate venue, hey, I'll take all the extra reach we can get, because YouTube doesn't bump Let's Plays, let alone horror content. So, we got plenty of Let's Plays if you got some time to kill, or you need to be entertained for a beat. But if you do have to depart us now, I'd like to remind you to help yourself to a drink and a snack. Don't forget to fold up that camping chair, and remember to count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourselves as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Go play some games. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.